topic, the last chapter, the agriculture. I am going to revise you once again. Hope all of you will join with me and ask more doubts. Let it be an interactive class, not a lecture class. Okay, my dear children? Happy? Are you happy? Are you taking food? Okay. Now without wasting time, let us begin our class. Today I am going to teach you the agricultural practices. Okay? Now close your textbooks and let us start learning the agriculture chapter. What is agriculture? How it started and what are the types of farming which is coming under the agriculture. Okay? Come along with me. My dear children, now let us start the learning process. Now today we are going to learn about the agriculture chapter. See, I have prepared some PPT for you and a map is also shared in the screen. I hope that all of you will check up your mobile phone and keep in touch with me. Once the teaching is going on, you have also check up your mobile so that all the PPTs are coming into your mobile and you can perfectly visualize and coming along with the learning process. Okay, you check up, my dear children, whether you are having these all the PPT. Study the fourth chapter, agriculture. Okay. Children, agriculture is a very familiar term to you. See, if you split the word agriculture as, let us split the word agriculture, agri plus culture. I hope you will get the meaning. Agri plus culture. That means cultivating the soil. Agri plus culture, cultivating the soil. A systematic way of cultivating the soil is called as the agriculture. So agriculture is a very primitive activity right from the river valley civilizations. So we must know that this agriculture, how it made man to settle in the river valley civilization. Because agriculture is a nature-based activity where man's attention is totally required for a long time. He should manage the soil properly and he should fertilize the soil properly. He should take care of the cultivation of this crop and he should weed the unnecessary plants in it. So throughout the agricultural process needs man's attention totally. So this aspect made man, who was a roamer or roaming in wild jungles near the river valleys throughout the different places, made him to settle near the river valleys. So here you must come across with a reference point that you have studied which are the four great river valley civilizations in the world. So Indus Valley civilization, which has started here. Okay. So this is Indus River. Okay. So this area is one of the earliest agricultural river valley civilizations bond soil is very fertile, plain land, the rainy period, all made the most suitable platform for man to settle and do his agriculture near the river banks. Okay, if that was the beginning, now let us study about how this agriculture has developed. Meanwhile, how he changed his agricultural practices as per his science and technology and the development of many technical factors. Okay, are you following me? I hope that, are you following me? I hope that you have now picked up what is meant by agriculture, the definition of term, as well as how does the river valley civilization has origined, what is the attraction, how much agriculture has been very important, which made the man to settle near the river valleys. Okay, you are making note, put to the date, it will be checked up, write the notes, write the heading, define what is meant by agriculture, why did the agriculture valley civilization has started very early near the river banks. Okay, now come to the next topic. Next PPT. Now, once again, I am making it very clear what is the meaning of agriculture. Agri plus culture means tilling the land, preparing the land for agriculture. See, a developed way of agriculture leads to farming. So, agriculture is a very primitive activity. We are preparing the land for farming, okay, or agriculture. The developed style of agriculture is now called as a farming. A developed, that means a systematic preparation of the soil, a systematic preparation of the crop, irrigation, taking care of the cropping pattern is now called as the farming. So a developed way of agriculture leads to a permanent farming techniques. Now, the farming needs human settlement and needs continuous attention towards the crop land. As I have already told you in the beginning, the farming techniques need a human settlement near to the land, agriculture land, which made a permanent settlement because it requires continuous attention towards a different process of crop rearing or agricultural procedures. Now, agriculture resulted in Great River Valley civilization because agriculture is a continuous activity where man has to settle down near the river valleys, which made the Great River Valley civilization. Hope you know what are all the four Great River Valley civilization: Indus Valley civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Nile Valley civilization, and Tigris-Euphrates civilization. Okay, and the Greater Chinese civilization. These are the four river valley civilizations. Okay. Now, let us study about types of farming. Now, we have come to know that the farming is a systematic activity of agriculture. How did man started his agriculture? See that the number one is the primitive subsistence farming. Second one is the intensive subsistence farming. And third is the commercial farming. We have already cleared about what is the meaning of farming. You noted it? You have noted it? What is farming? A systematic way of agriculture is called farming. Now let us study how did man started his agriculture or first type of farming. Here you can see the picture of types of farming in India. Okay, different types of farming is here. Now, what is primitive subsistence farming? Primitive means very old. Subsistence means the main depends upon the cropping on the land. Man has to tribal people in the forests near the river valley civilization. Now, let us study further about what is this primitive subsistence farming. This is the first level of farming where man was completely in tune with the nature. In the primitive subsistence farming, you see that the natural forest land is used for. It is not a systematic type of farming. The tribal people, while they were going on or roaming in the forests or mountain valleys, they will clear a patch of land by burning, simply burning. After the burning, the land has been cleared out of the trees and bushes. They simply broadcast the seeds over there, whatever they have collected naturally from the forests, and they throw the seeds without any system and wait for the rain, wait for the sunshine so that these seeds will crop up. Now, you might have understood the primitive people or the tribal people are totally dependent upon the nature, temperature, rainfall or the river for its watering. So this type of very ancient, old type of farming is known as the primitive subsistence farm. Alright, you noted? Take the point. Different types of farming. Number one, most ancient, carried out by the tribal people of India in the forests is primitive subsistence farming. Okay? Okay? Now, see that. Now, let us study about where it is placed and how the primitive type of this subsistence agriculture. You must know that the product is only for living, not for sale, not for stocking. So that is what it is called as subsistence. We are totally dependent upon the farming or the product only for consumption, home consumption. So different families as a group roamed around the forests and they have continued this type of farming which is known as primitive subsistence farming. So it has known by different names at different parts of the country. See that it is also known by different names in different parts of the country. You know that in northeast India, this part is totally mountainous as well as forested. This part, most of the tribal people still practice this type of farming. Here it is known as the Jungming. Okay? It is northeastern parts like the Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram. It is called slash and burn. What is slash and burn? Is taking place in the northeastern part of India. What do you mean by slash and burn? You see that in the northeastern part of India, where tribals are more, the region is totally mountainous and forested with very heavy rainfall. The people of this tribal community still doing this type of primitive subsistence farming. Here, this is known as slash and burn. As I have already told you, the primitive subsistence farming is known by different names and different parts of the country, even different parts of the world. So here it is known as slash and burn. Slash and burns. From the picture itself you can see that you have to cut the wild bushes and burn it so that the land is prepared for a wild crop. It is not a systematized farming. This is a very original nature-based farming technique. So being the tribal group, the land is very rough, very mountainous, very forested. This type of slash and burn, simply cutting the bushes and burning it, is known as the slash and burn. Alright, you have gotten it, right? Under the primitive farming, subsistence farming, the tribals are forced. They are known by different names. In northeastern part of the countries, it is known as the, no answer is coming out. No answer coming out, slash and burn. Yes, slash and burn. Now, in Bastar district here, Bastar, most tribal district in MP, Bastar district, it is known as Tipa. Okay, it is known as Tipa. And again, in Andaman Nicobar Islands, it is also very primitive. Most of the tribals are living here. They are also following the same thing. There also it is known as Tipa farming. So slash and burn, Tipa. Slash and burn, Tipa. Okay. So these are the things. See, once again, it is reinforced. This is practiced by whom? This is practiced by whom? This is practiced by tribal people where forested and mountainous areas where the land is very rough and the rainfall is very good. Okay? Good. I hope you have noted. I will see your notebooks. Okay? Next class. Keep on pointing. Now, let us see. The second, number 2. First is primitive subsistence farming, and the second farming technique is intensive subsistence farming. You can see that subsistence is repeated here. Subsistence means the pressure of population on the farming is more. So no part of the year the land is empty. So intensive, by the name itself you can understand, intensive means concentrated, too much attention. The intensive subsistence farming. Here you see that this is a second type of farming, so that the land is prepared, the land is tilled properly, and the land is made a flat, and you can see the rows of planting has been done systematically. The land is prepared. If the rainfall is not coming, irrigation is done. If the land is not fertile, fertilization is done. Here also, man and his family lives near to the agricultural land, and he is making a somewhat systemized agriculture or farming technique, which is known as intensive subsistence farming. In most of the agricultural countries in India, especially in Punjab and Haryana district in India, we can see this type of intensive subsistence farming. You see that the people are totally depend upon the fertility, totally depend upon the cropping techniques. They need that much production, so that they are cultivating the soil, giving the agriculture and making the maximum product. So here you must understand, this is practiced in the areas of dense population with the fertile land and more availability of cheap labor. This is not just like a nature-oriented farming, just like primitive farming. The people select the different areas which has got land fertility, more availability of water, and more availability of cheap labor, because agriculture requires more cheap and abundant supply of labor. Here, let us see these factors where it will come. As you might have noted, in Punjab and Haryana, although Indo-Gangetic plain, you know that this is a very, very fertile land available in India, which is maximum suitable for agriculture. The Indus River and the Ganga River and its tributaries flooded twice, so there is no shortage of water throughout the year. A perfect low level agricultural land, perfect rivers which agriculture river valley projects. Then most dense population, you know that UP, Punjab, Haryana, these are all the regions where have lot of population density is found. So this region of India is practiced this intensive subsistence farming. Okay, then let me tell you which are the states where green revolution is practiced in India. Anyone? Anyone from the class? Okay, now we are 58 in strength. Tell me, which are all the states where green revolution have practiced? It is Punjab and Haryana and a part of UP. Because this is the most fertile land, more river valley projects or agricultural projects are there, more concentration of the population. That is why even being the small state, Punjab and Haryana has started the green revolution at first. Who is the father of green revolution? It's a GK. Tell me, who is the father of green revolution in India? Yes, louder. Dr. Swaminathan. Okay, come on. See that the features are in the intensive subsistence farming. This is practiced in the areas of dense population with a fertile land and more availability of cheap labor or rain or water. Then, man take care of the preparation of the land, preparation of the soil, biochemical inputs, and continuous irrigation is used as there is heavy dependence of land for higher production of crop. So the man needs more production from the crop. So systematically the land has to be taken care of, the agricultural procedures has to be taken care of because they want higher productivity of crops. That is why a careful preparation of land is taking place. As it has been known to you now, UP, Punjab, Haryana and West Bengal. Okay, this type of intensive farming taking place. So we have come to the two types of farming. Tell me what is the first one? Primitive intensive farming. Second one is the intensive subsistence farming. And we are going to the third cropping or farming technique. Let us see. Now, this is a very systematized. Now, see. Man is now more familiar with the farming techniques, more developed in his science and technology. So, he aimed for not only for the production and consumption, he wanted to make cash from the excess production of agriculture. So, farming techniques which are used for not only for home consumption but for internal market as well as exporting, by which the foreign exchange comes. The third type of farming is known as the commercial farming. See that commercial farming, it is very familiar with you. From the picture you can very much distinguish between what was the slash and burn, what was the intensive subsistence. You see that what is the difference you are seeing now? Immediately you should come. What you have not seen in the past two pictures, what you are seeing now? Application of machine. You can see that tractors. Okay, there's different types of implements. Agricultural implements are used for the preparation of the land. See that how commercially the land is prepared. See that how a row of the things, how the tractors are coming. They are doing the weeding. They are even used for cultivation of the crops, fertilization of the crops. You can see that most of the crops are used after a machine application in a large area. One crop cultivation on a large area which resembles a factory like production, and the production is only aimed plantation crops. Plantation crops can be defined as one crop cultivation using scientific techniques which resembles a factory production on a large area is called as plantation crops. Tell me which are the products used for plantation. Yes, very common. Yes, tea, coffee, cardamom, cloves, then northeast, bamboo. Okay. Most of the spices in India are cultivated as a cash crops in India. See, you can see that this is a tea estate. Cheap and abundant supply of labor is required. You can see that most of the women laborers are employed. Even the mechanization also can do the cropping. And here, near itself, the factory, tea factory or coffee factory is there. The products are as fresh going to the market, and the production is completely systematized by using the machines. See that. This farming, these are the pictures. This farming is mainly for the market and export. Cash, commercial crops. Commercial farming means cash crops. Second one, a one crop cultivation on a large area with a machine application using the fertilizers and HYB seeds for higher production. This is not a trial and error method, just like the primitive type of farming. This is a very, very careful farming only for the money for the market, for the foreign exchange, for export. See that. That is farming. High yielding varieties are used. Higher production means ensured. Now this is practiced mostly in these crops like tea, coffee, spices, banana, bamboo. So these are all commercial products. This farming can be seen as plantation crops, commercial crops, cash crops, all are same. Crops on hilly areas of Kerala, Karnataka and northeastern states. Again you can see because the tea, coffee and spices all means mountain valleys. Okay, so that is why tea is very, very famous and concentrated. Assam tea is very, very famous. Okay, these northeastern parts. Coffee is concentrated in the western Ghats, Coorg Hills. Coorg Hills is concentrated in the south. Okay, Coorg Hills. The best coffee is produced in Coorg Hills of which state? Which state? Are you sleeping? Sleeping? Answer me. Okay. Coorg Hills in the Karnataka. Okay, this is a tri-junction near the Nilgiris of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. These Nilgiris, the best coffee is produced. Okay. So this farming can be then bamboos are again northeastern states in the tea area. So I think you have identified what are the features of commercial farming. One crop cultivation on a large area which resembles factory production using the high yielding varieties and modern agricultural techniques is called as commercial farming. They are mostly practiced in tea, coffee, spices and bamboo. Alright children? Okay. Now one of you tell me, you have noticed 3 types of farming. Now this area, what type of farming you can see? Yes? Tell me Prachi, Dhruvat. Okay. See, the northeastern parts of India is for first primitive subsistence farming. Okay. First where more tribal people are there. Nature based farming. Okay. Slash and burn. Then second one, here which type of farming you can see here in the Indo-Gangetic valleys? The features are told what are the different type of agriculture, how they are taken place, it has been already explained. Now it is your work. Now I have shown the area. You must identify which type of farming is taking place here. Yes, intensive subsistence farming. So that here population is less, mountainous areas, heavy rainfall. The nature gives all the points for primitive subsistence farming, slash and burn for Deepa. Then here people carefully prepared, selected the land, most fertile land, the river valleys, abundant supply of water by the irrigation projects, cheap and the most concentrated labor. Everything is prepared, and this type of land is practiced in intensive subsistence farming. Alright, the outline map will be given to you, and you have to locate and identify these features. Now, this arrow has given, which was the last one, which type of agriculture it is practiced. Yes, very easy. Tea, coffee, cardamom, clove. What is this? Tell me. This is commercial farming. Where cash crops are raised, tea, coffee, and all, which is only for market and foreign exchange. All right, children. Yes, you have noted the point. It is also very easy for you if you practice to draw a freehand outline map. What I have drawn like this, it is very easy to draw like this. And if you point as such, primitive subsistence farming, number 1, intensive subsistence farming, number 2, and the commercial farming, number 3. Our topic is ended here. So you should be able to know what are the different type of farming, what are its features, and where it is practiced. If you are able to mark it in the outline map of India, well and good, the topic is over. Okay? Let me once again brief up. We have studied, what are the things we have studied? Yes.
मैडम हुआ नहीं.
Different parts of. Okay, let us now brief our learning today. We have first defined the term agriculture, agri plus culture, stilling the land. Then what are the different types of farming? Number 1, tell me now. Yes, intensive subsistence farming. Then what is number 2? Intensive subsistence farming. Sorry, primitive subsistence farming. Intensive subsistence farming. Yes. Third one, commercial farming. So at the same time, you should take an outline map of India, and then it should be very easy to identify it. Here, slash and burn. Okay, this is first primitive subsistence farming. The river valleys, intensive subsistence farming. The hilly areas of the south as well as the hilly areas of the northeast, we can see commercial farming. Okay, now take up the homework. Yes, homework. First, yes, define the term agriculture. What are the different types of farming? What are the different types of farming? and 3. Explain the features of, explain the features of 3 types of farming in India and on what crops it is practiced. And the last question, draw a free hand outline map of India and mark the areas of, yes, primitive subsistence farming and different types of farming. Okay? Okay? Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay? Now tell me, what is agriculture? Yes. Clear? What is primitive subsistence farming? Where it is practiced? Yes. What is intensive subsistence farming? Where it is practiced? On what crops? Yes. Last one, commercial farming. On what crops it is practiced? Where it is seen. And you should be able to mark it very easily on the outline map of India. That completes our chapter. Any doubt? Any doubt? Okay, you can call me by 3:30 and individually clear your doubts. Okay, day after tomorrow you must write these question answers, also this map pointing. Okay, submit on my class. Okay? Okay. How are you children? Fine? Today's class is understood by you? Very simple things. You should be able to produce and get ready. What about your parents? I hope now school is going to open very soon. We are all getting preparation to welcome you back. Take care of your health. Take good food. Be happy. Also study well. Okay? All the best.